Hi everyone, Ginette Biro here. I'm a medium and a channeler, and I had a question come in about how I see spirit. Now, I can only describe it based on my perspective, so I just want to clarify that because not every medium works the same. Not every medium sees spirit in the same way, so this is just the way that it works for me, and maybe that'll be similar to how it works for you or those that you know, and maybe not. So I did do a video probably about a year ago on YouTube, and I think I posted it here as well, but I found a filter on TikTok, I think it was, that showed these light energies kind of moving around, coming in and out of the picture. And that one was a really good example of how I can see spirit. Sometimes spirit will just be energy that moves in and out. And just like that video, it can be in different colors. It can be that. Other times I can see spirit like an orb. And it's funny because my daughter was asking me just the other day, like grilling me on what spirits look like. And so I was trying to describe to her all the different ways. So one of the ways that I described the orb is like when you're blowing bubbles, you know, when kids have bubbles and they're blowing bubbles and you see this one bubble glistening and glowing around. That is so common to see an orb or a spirit energy like that. That is like the most natural form of energy, is a ruminating ball of energy. So, excuse me, sometimes I can see that as it's moving around. Other times I will see that in my mind's eye. But what happens is when I see that orb, when I connect with it, I will ask it to come forward. And sometimes that orb will then change and manifest into what the person actually looked like. So they could look like a human, but more see-through, a little bit see-through. They could look like a shadow outline of a person. That shadow can be any color of the rainbow as well. So sometimes they could be purple, sometimes blue. Again, depending on the energy they put through. And the clarity in which they can come through depends on two factors. One of them is how dense they can make their energy so that it can be more manifest in this world or more manifest for me to see it. And the other one is how high I can push my frequencies up so that wherever we meet is where the imagery happens. So that's also why I may see something and somebody beside me may not, because maybe that spirit can't get low enough and that person's energy can go here, so there's a gap, whereas my energy may be able to click with it, and then we see the imagery. So it can be any which one of those ways. And then to add a little bit more, sometimes when I see spirit, I will see them with my actual eyeballs, like in my 3D world, I'll see them in the room. Other times I will see them in my mind's eye. So it's very common, actually probably daily, where I will see orbs or the moving color energies with my actual eyes. And in my mind, I'll say, "Hi guys, I see you're there, who's there?" And then in my mind's eye, they will come through with clarity of an image, or maybe they'll speak to me or something like that. So there's often also a play of what I'm seeing outwardly with what I'm seeing inwardly at the same time. Now, as confusing as that sounds, it was definitely confusing when it first started. When I first started trying to make sense of how spirit communicates with me, it was very confusing. But now that I have the hang of it and have been doing it for a long time, it's a natural part of my day. And so I have to say I love that this question is coming up from you guys, but also from my daughter, because that means that consciousness and that level of consciousness is percolating in the collective. And to me, that speaks to how Spirit has been saying that more and more of us are going to have the ability to communicate or see spirit. And so because those questions are coming up, that means it's getting closer and closer to becoming a more known reality. And that's a great thing, because we are higher vibrational beings than we realize. And now we're getting into the embodiment of that. So I just want to say thank you as always for submitting your questions. Please continue to. I love it. And check out Avalon Spirit for more. If you want to learn how to connect into your own energies to spirit energies, create that communication, definitely check out the Lightworker Mentorship Circle where I teach exactly that. I will bring you through the steps that I've learned along the way to build your level of communication with your guides, so whether that be seeing them, hearing them, feeling them. It's a great way to do it. So I'm starting level 1 in February, level 2 is in March, and I hope to see you there. Have a good one.